I've got the murder beetle back in here, and I'm going to be doing an EGR install. I've deleted the EGR system off this car a couple years ago, and that would mean it wouldn't pass an e-test anymore. So I let it fail its next e-test, and now I want to do an e-test again, get it back on the road. So I'm going to reinstall the EGR system and go from there, and hopefully fix a few little things that might be wrong with it along the way. Here we go. So I've started by taking off the hood. I've also removed the I guess it's like the rain tray and the under rain tray that goes right here. It's just two bolts there and there. Taking that out so give me more access to back there where the actual EGR system goes. So now I've removed the race pipe, which is that, and the intercooler piping. That race pipe is what replaces the EGR valve itself, and I'm going to be replacing that. This T here is part of the cooling system, as well as these links. I have to replace this hose because I had cut it to fit to length. This one also goes into the cooler. And then on the back side, that is the EGR block off plate right there, and those two nuts will hold the EGR entrance onto, that's the exhaust manifold back there. All that is the exhaust manifold. That's just an outlet on the back. As you can see, I've taken the intake tube off and the breather, disconnected as much as I can. I want to be able to get myself as much access back there as possible. So there you go. You can see the EGR cooler actually bolted on now. Next, I've just got that neck hanging on there because I've got to mount the actual EGR first. And I won't be able to get to this right here with this on, so I'm actually going to take that out and let it hang down for now. Then I'm going to take these out. I'm going to mount this on, and I have a gasket for the EGR somewhere. But yeah, it needs a gasket in between the neck and the EGR. There's one here too, as you can see. It's just one of these. It goes in between here and the EGR, and we'll be good to go. There's actually a rubber seal that seals this system onto here. So there was also a gasket connecting the exhaust to the cooler. So now you can see I have the entire EGR system bolted on. I have some coolant lines to hook up. But that's about it. And I can start putting the car back together. I might, from what I see and what I remember, oh, that really hurt, is I think I need a T here to split it to go to that right here. And then that line comes down and stops there. I'm going to put a new line on it, and that goes to there, right there. And then the side that's connected to it, this end, will go right here. And then that's the actual EGR system itself hooked up, and then we'll work on the vacuum system for the EGR system. Okay guys, I kind of jumped ahead there. My camera died, but I've come back, and what I've done is I've got the vacuum system all hooked up. I can give you a PDF file if you need to know the proper routing for that. This one actually goes up under here. But everything's hooked up. I do need to get a new T-fitting for this to go in between here to these two. This is where the T will go, connect to that for the coolant. I just got to hook up a couple connections. My connectors are bad, so I'm going to replace them. These connectors, it's not clipping right, so I'm going to replace it. But that's actually it. You might notice that I replaced the stock air box. That's just for the e-test, because I don't want an open air filter. Just in case they look under the hood, I don't want them to think, oh look, modified, which here in Ontario is a big no-no. So, as you see it, it's pretty much back together. I'm going to put the tray on, the rain tray, and then the hood. Put the battery back in and start it up once I get those two connectors and the T, and go from there. Okay guys, so I've got all the vacuum system just hanging up there for now. It's all connected and everything. I got my T fittings and everything all hooked up. Just charging up the battery so I can get a good start, and gonna take it e-tested. Today is, well, it's now Sunday. I'm going to be going next Saturday, because here in Ontario we have to pay $35 for an e-test right now, but on April 1st we no longer have to pay that $35. So I'm just going to wait the extra week and get the e-test done. So right now I use my Bluetooth code reader, and that can give me, using all the internal components of the car, it'll tell me if my car will pass an e-test, and we are good to go. So thanks for sticking with me again.